So we open where we left off last week after Jackie said, well, I heard Gia's on the booger sugar. Marge said, ooh, child, Jackie didn't know, never use an analogy because these heifers can't spell it, much less define it. And don't talk about the kids. Don't you go there about my kids. So now Jackie ain't never gonna be round Risa again. Teresa calls Melissa to tell her what happened. So Melissa's like, now I know Jackie ain't accused Gia of being on the booger sugar, but I'ma let Risa rant. Oh God, Jennifer, I don't care about your parents. I don't. Best fiends. Mute and best fiends. So Jen kept it real. She said, look, it was an arranged marriage. He was never bad to her, but I never saw love either. Now we've got Black Dolores. So she whining to her mama about David that don't want to be with her. You need to go on and fart with Frank. The mama said, is you happy with him? And she goes in, well, I enjoy the time. You ain't happy with him, girl. Also, it looks like everyone's heading to Lake George. Teresa's packing and she says, you're not gonna believe what Jackie said. What if I said, so she knows it was an analogy. She said, what if I said Gia was doing coke? Not Gia was doing coke. She knows it's an analogy. She's just being obtuse. So Melissa calls Jackie and Jackie said it was an analogy. So Jackie decides not to go on the trip. I'd rather look at Jackie than Teresa. Child, you seeing Margaret's show money shine through now. She didn't spend a penny on that house till after that lawsuit was settled last season. Melissa still ain't here for Jennifer, but neither am I. So Black Dolores says, well, my parents were married, but they didn't live together, so that's why I think it could work with me and David. No, you're just hanging on to a dying on the vine relationship like you did with Frank. Frank gonna call David and see what he's up to. So on the trip, Marge is gonna bring her creative director, Lexi, in case the girls act the true fool. So now Teresa show up. Marge is trying to explain to her it's an analogy, but of course it's F her and her analogies. Maybe she could see the point if she could get her hairline out the way. So now we got Teresa's word vomit on the bus, and she's like, well, what happened was, I'm not sorry for saying it. Maybe I shouldn't have said it there, but most girls I know would want to know. Then we flash back to her saying, oh, you don't have any proof to one of them heifers from seasons gone by. And your husband was cheating on you left, right, and sideways, and you wanted to stick your head in the sand like the odd-shaped ostrich you are. Oh my goodness, Teresa gonna say, Evan looks like a suave kind of guy, very attractive. He cute. He's a cute bear, but I wouldn't say very attractive. I feel like he's, cute. He ain't ugly, but he's run-of-the-mill cute. Oh my goodness, now Evan is her type? No, he's not. Dolores had a little bit of a backbone. She said, Teresa, I'd be upset if you wouldn't tell me who said it because of Kim. So now we got Frank and the ghost of Dr. David. I'ma need him to get some type of color because that's trans-Lulu. So Frank was staying with David while he was recovering from his injury. This thruple-ass marriage. Frank calling David out on his excuses. He's like, look, she mad you ain't marry her. And he starts with that, oh, well, let's do one thing at a time, the house first. Frank's like, I don't want to hear your excuses, and neither does she. So the girls arrived to the lake house, and unlike Kenya, Marge had lunch delivered and the house stocked with more than cold cuts. Jennifer's throwing little digs at Melissa. She's running around trying to get the best room. I don't really care about my room. You didn't care about your room because nobody cared about you and you knew you was going to end up in them twin beds. And Teresa keeps saying, Jackie's missing out. No, she's not. She don't have to hear your voice and she's with the husband you want to have sex with. Now Teresa blaming all the other women for spreading Jackie's rumor. She put it on the tequila and everybody, but her sorry self. Teresa gonna say, oh, she thought about it. She thought all night. Well, Jackie's smart. She didn't have to think all night. You're upset it would take you 2 weeks to come up with the plan. Now we got Jackie at home cutting her kid's head, having a ball. Jennifer had a damn good point. Teresa, if you wanted her to know, why didn't you just tell Jackie yourself instead of running around the party telling all her friends? You didn't want her to know. You wanted her to catch wind of your foul stench. So we're all having drinks except for Margaret, and we know Jennifer getting into the tequila. And Teresa talking about how sex-starved she is. You can't even toot it up proper. So now the group gets a text, well, except for Teresa. She just said, oh, y'all have fun and have a drink for me. She's low-key peeved that they didn't disinvite Teresa. And of course, we flash back to a phone call where Gia is the adult saying, look, you talked about her marriage, she talked about me. I get the point, you need to apologize. I don't know where Gia got all her common sense from because it sure wasn't those parents. The girls are like, you know what, we're glad Gia's giving you some advice because you actually listened to her butt. How on earth did Joe get into the sex toy business? But apparently that's what he's doing in Italy. Now we got Black Dolores saying David knows how to eat a puss. She said you could add up all 21 years she was with Frank. It will never compare to a night with David. Oh God, so Marge gotta point out that Jennifer and Melissa's getting along just so that they can't. Melissa gonna say, am I being self-absorbed? I don't think it's a bad thing. It was rude. Okay, and it was rude, especially when you're talking about somebody's mothering. But Jennifer goes on and apologizes so they can start fresh. Child, but after that, Teresa goes back to hating on Jackie. Obviously, there's a skeleton in the closet. I'm so glad she's not here. Girl, you just mad your own marriage ended. And your husband put you in prison. Prison? Not just jail, but prison. I mean, she had to end the episode with a fuck Jackie. You ain't me. Okay, let's do some trailer reviews. We gonna start with The Long Weekend. Okay, it's Finn Wittrock from American Horror and Some Heifer Fallen in Love. Oh, he's passing for straight in this movie? Oh, okay. You know, he looked like Taylor Lautner for some reason, but he living with his friends and his life is in shambles. Okay, I made it a good 39 seconds in. It looks like something feel good. Makes me feel queasy. Okay, let's see. What is this? The Mauritian? You know, this looks interesting. We've got Jodie Foster as a lawyer. Oh, this is about the recruiter for what happened 20 years ago. Okay. Jodie is giving in this as this lawyer. I'm loving it. This isn't my kind of movie, you know, espionage and real events, but I'm here for it. And then we got the alien Eggs Benedict in here. Okay, that's in theaters now on demand March 2nd. I don't know where a theater is open, but good luck with that. Okay, and now it's time for the Army of the Dead. Now, this is more my speed. So we've got a dystopian world. Okay, this is set in Vegas. So we got a robbery going on at the same time, and it's survivors take all. Ooh, that's a lot of dead folk. Oh, we got Omari in here. Omari Hardwick. Ooh, this is Netflix. May 21st, I can't wait. I will be tuning in. They didn't give us too much in this one. They didn't give us too much, so I'm intrigued. You know I love a good zombie movie. All right, well, I'm gonna see you soon for something.